What's going on, guys? It's Jack with Talking Ball. Today, previewing the Duke Howard matchup that will be tomorrow at 4 o'clock Eastern Time. We'll be live after the game, post game show, probably around 6:05, 6:10 Eastern Time tomorrow. So make sure to check out the live show post game. And this will be brief because this is a game in which to expect the Blue Devils to win handily again. And so for me, this is more about couple of guys on Howard that I think could have an impact on this game. And then more importantly, the Blue Devils who, going through the non-guys. And I'm going to say one thing I think I want to see improvement on from each player. So starting with Howard, Bryce Harris is certainly the guy to pay attention to. 6'4", 220 pounds, fifth year senior. He's averaging 22 points, 8 rebounds, 4 or 5 assists per game. And currently, it's late in the second half. Howard is in a close game with Niagara in the other game of the Brotherhood run. He's got 13 points. Osei Okogie also has 13 points. And then their second leading scorer, though, on the season has been Alex Cotton, who's at 14 points a game. Cotton and, important to note, Cotton and Harris, that's the name I was getting to there, are both pretty good three-point shooters. So I think that'll be a good test for the Blue Devil defense. And then their big man, Denis Kazakevicius, is listed at 6'10". Now, I don't know how much he weighs. He's a freshman. It's not listed, but I do think that would be good for Gangba and Boozer to go up against at least one player. They don't really have a ton of size, but at least a little bit more size for Howard than Niagara. So for Duke, what am I looking for in this game? Well, from a complete perspective, the team, I'm looking, can they continue to do what they've been doing defensively, which has been outstanding? Their opponents, through the 6 games, Duke's defense has held their opponents to a pretty ridiculous 57 points a game, which is 6th best in the country. They're number 1 in KenPom in terms of efficiency. Can they maintain that level of defensive play? And then offensively, can they continue to build that chemistry and just cohesion? I really appreciated the last game. There wasn't a clear guy who was necessarily like the leading scorer. I mean, there was a leading scorer. You guys know what I mean, though. There wasn't like a guy who got a vast majority of the shots. It was really spread out, which I like to see in a game in which Duke won by 58 points. So that was really promising. I like the way they shared the ball. Guys moved, cut without the ball, and we're always looking to get that extra pass to find, go from good to great shot. Now, what I want to see from each player. We're going to start with Dame Sarr. I want to see him knock down his free throws, continue to improve with his finishing around the rim, continue with his defense, and then I got an interesting stat for you guys because his above the break threes versus his corner threes is vastly different. And that's what I thought watching the games, but his corner threes, he's knocking down 67%. And he's attempting 2 per game. Above the break threes, he's 1.7 per game, and he's only connecting on 10%. So I really think he's got to concentrate on those corner threes for now and at least expand the difference. So he's taking 3 corner threes per game to 1 above the break 3 while he works on that area of his 3-point shooting, but a vast difference for Dame Sarr from the corner to above the break. Patrick Gangba had a really good game in the Niagara game, except for one thing, which has been his big problem all season long, his fouls. He had 0 through the first half. He ended up with 4. He's got to do better in this game with Howard because we're going to need him on the court for this big stretch of 4 big matchups for Duke moving forward. Cam Boozer, finishing inside. Can he do a better job finishing inside? He's going to have another opportunity against a team that doesn't have 2 bigs with this Howard matchup. And so can he do better finishing around the rim? That's something we'll be paying attention to for him. And his brother, Caden. I liked the way he shot the 3 in the last game. Can he do that again? And then defensively, can he hold up individually, one-on-one? I think his team defense is excellent. The individual one-on-one defense sometimes is where guys are able to get past him. And so I think if he can improve there, it would help him get on the court more often and just help the team overall. But again, I want to be clear with some of this stuff. Like, I am nitpicking because we're going into this game with Howard. I'm expecting Duke to win by 40. And so it's not about this game with Howard. It's about the rest of, these big 4 games coming up in non-conference and then moving forward into conference play. You want to see these little things improve. So, Caleb Foster, free throw shooting. He's been at 50% this year. He routinely misses the first one. Can he knock both down? I think that would be really positive for him mentally moving forward. Isaiah Evans was the hardest one for me to find. I think he's been excellent so far this season. Yeah, in some of the earlier games where we weren't playing the top level competition, there was some decision making from him that wasn't great, but his defense has been really good. The 3-point shooting, the playmaking. So I want to see the one shot he hasn't knocked down yet this season is the mid range. And I think it was ACBC was mentioning, who's going to be that guy in this team. I'm not looking for him to shoot a lot of them because I really prefer him to shoot the 3 and get to the rim. But against certain opponents, you may need to shoot the mid-range. And I like Cam Boozer taking one in the game against Niagara. I think this could be a good opportunity for Evans to continue to round out his game and maybe show off that mid-range aspect of his game. Malik Brown. I want to see Malik be more aggressive offensively. I liked him getting a couple of dunks in the game with Niagara. Let's keep that rolling. Keep attacking the rim from Malik Brown because defensively the guy is special. He's also a very good passer. And I want to see him kind of build more chemistry with the rest of his teammates with his passing. But that's not necessarily just on him. That's on, him, the passer, and then also the receiver as well. And then the last 2 guys, Nick Hamenia and Darren Harris, 3-point shooting. With Nick, can he maintain the rhythm he found in the second half of the Niagara game? And with Darren Harris, can he find his rhythm again? He made his first one, got fouled on his second, but then missed his next 4. Can he find that 3-point shooting rhythm again in this game with Howard? Not necessarily. None of these things are going to break Duke in this game with Howard, but I think will be good confidence builders moving ahead for the game with Arkansas on Thanksgiving night. Subscribe to the channel, like this video, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And until post-game show of the Howard game, peace.